When I was 14, like any young aspiring rugby league player, had a dream of playing at the top level. Was enjoying my footy, just playing local footy at the entrance on the Central Coast, and during that time also struggled health-wise. I struggled to get through training and games that I normally would for about 12 months there, so probably when I was 13. And then eventually it took a time where a visit to the hospital, and I was diagnosed with 2 forms of cancer, Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's. At that time, after discussions with the doctor and testing, I was also told that I was only given a very slim chance of surviving and pushing through with it. If I had to put in a figure that the doctor gave me, it was 10% chance. Yeah, it wasn't the best of time, but I suppose rugby league, for me, the goal was to survive or beat the cancer and then get back to playing. But that's when the next hurdle hit. I beat the cancer, but then got told I could never play again. For me, that was the start of where I decided I wanted to pursue somewhere else in rugby league, stay involved with the game. When I was sick, I did a bit of development with a local development officer, and that was the angle I wanted to take, development and coaching. But still, up until about 6 years ago, till I met the Mental League, I was at a loss on how to do it and how to start that sort of career path.
First of all, as a 14-year-old, how do you react when you're told news like that?
When I was first told, I was told by the doctor, and it was in doctor lingo, so to speak. I actually had to walk out of the surgery for my mum to tell me what was exactly wrong with me. The first thought, obviously, I suppose at that age was death, and how long I had to live and everything like that. Everything was sort of running through the mind. But at that time as well, I had plenty of family and friends around, and I think the next day when I went back to the doctors, I was ready to fight it. I'd heard so many stories about people fighting the disease, and it was achievable. So at that time when I went back to the doctors, that was where I just simply said, what are my chances and how do I beat this? Because family and friends around were willing to help me, and I just wanted to pursue with that. I suppose in a way it was a relief too, because I was sick for 12 months prior, and not knowing, I couldn't brand it, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And now finally I knew something was wrong, and I knew how I could fix it and get over it. So,
what happened? Why did the doctor say you wouldn't be able to play in the future?
Due to the intense chemotherapy and the radiotherapy in certain areas of my body, like as I said, it went up my spine. I wouldn't be able to take the knocks like we'd see in modern day rugby league. Basically a knock like that someone would take, I would probably break a couple of bones or muscles and things like that. So the bones and muscles will never recover from the intensive chemotherapy and radiotherapy I had.
Okay. How did you work out that coaching and development was your passion?
I used to go to New South Wales Rugby League Academy, jumped on board and sort of supported me and wanted to help me out as much as possible. And they had some development camps they'd run through a year, and I started going there as a coach, and started looking at the positive effects I could make as a coach to younger people. And from there, like, I speak to 3-4 kids a day from across the state or ring me for advice, not just on footy but on life in general. And from that point, I realised that coaching development, I could make an influence through rugby league, coaching kids, but not just on the field, off the field. And if I could provide a positive role model and use my story from when I was sick for them to drive for their passion and reach their goals, well, this was the role for me, and this was the position I wanted to be in.
Describe where you're at now and what the next the immediate future holds.
Yeah, where I'm at now, I just finished last week with the Manly Sea Eagles, doing some coaching and development there, which was fantastic. But now I've just been given the opportunity to go to Indonesia to become the coaching and development manager there, as well as their national coach. It's a 12-month deal. Very excited to for teaching Indonesian people the culture of rugby league and what rugby league can bring to a nation, and bring many different cultures together. And for the immediate future, still not sure, but something within this role. Ideally, come back to Australia, look at a role within maybe an NRL club full time, in a similar role, or even higher with the New South Wales Rugby League or Queensland Rugby League. Basically, like, I want to teach them that rugby league is not just all about the bash and barge of the sport. Like, that's what we all love to watch, but also, like I said, just teach the rugby league is what can bring one community together, from your supporters to your coaches to your players, what it can do for a nation and what it can do just for a community in Indonesia. And it's a game for all. Like, there's a lot of poverty, unfortunately, in Indonesia, but as part of my role, I'd like to bring that game to those poorer people and just show that they can still play it no matter what. Men League Foundation were fantastic to me. Like, about 18, 19, so not so long ago, one of the kids I was helping sent a letter in the Men League. The kid could see that I was helping him but couldn't help myself. I was at a bit of a loss, didn't know what to do, what direction to take. I knew exactly what I wanted to take out of my life and pursue, but didn't know how to do it. The Men League rang and offered me a scholarship, which was fantastic, but still at that time I didn't know what I wanted to study academically. So at that time, Ray Beattie, who looks after the scholarship and welfare part, he just offered, he said, I'm just always a phone call away, and if you have any troubles, I can help you, and just be a mentor. And he was fantastic. Like, throughout the last 6 years, I faced a lot of hurdles with work and staying within the role, and I was just about ready to give up on everything sort of thing and just sort of throw the goals in the back and just go and find a job doing anything. But if it wasn't for Ray and the Men League, with their persistence to help me and see me succeed, I probably wouldn't be in this position I'm in now. They helped me along the way with even the application process for this, and they still continue to help me. Ray and Chris, who's now the CEO, have also said they'll be in Bali to help out whenever possible, and they want to start a Men League chapter in Indonesia. So I can really honestly say that the Men League have been fantastic to me, and I want to repay the debt, but at the same time, that I suppose the biggest thing I'd like to push about the Men League is it's not just for first grade footballers, it's for anyone and everyone involved with the game, from the guy that runs the canteen, that runs the water, the coach, the player, anyone. And they've really showed an example of that with the work they've done with me. The best thing about Men League is their involvement with the game, and it's the assistance off the field. They're always helping, they're always willing to lend a hand to someone that falls on hardship throughout their football career or after their football career, and they're always there to show their support.